Well, I hate to say this, but there's more problems for us here in the United States. Because we learned just the other day that Russian President Vladimir Putin and the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, both signed an agreement to be partners. Now, I want to break down what's going on, why this is so troubling for us here in the United States, and what this means for these potential wars that we are expecting anytime. So, I'm going to break all that down in today's video, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So if you're not sure exactly what has happened over the past 24 hours, well, just look at this.
Two of America's fiercest adversaries together on North Korean soil. Vladimir Putin arriving in Pyongyang for the first time in nearly a quarter of a century, greeting the Russian president on the red carpet, Kim Jong-un, talking animatedly, each leader insisting the other enter the limousine first. But this is a relationship born out of need. Kim seeking help from Russia with nuclear and ballistic missile technology, and Putin increasingly relying on North Korea for hundreds of thousands of artillery rounds and missiles in his fight against Ukraine.
So that's it. We learned that Russia needs help from North Korea because they are running out of munitions. North Korea has plenty. What North Korea does not have and needs help with is their nuclear weaponry. That's where Russia comes in. But the concern is that both of these are not friends with the United States. And something that we've talked about before is that our current president, Joe Biden, hasn't even spoken to the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, in about 2 years. They don't have a relationship. And even though they're not friends, they still need to communicate. Just like they do, just like Joe Biden does with China. Again, not friends, but at least they have some communication. But let's listen to what the White House spokesperson John Kirby just had to say. Listen to this.
We're not concerned about the trip. What we are concerned about, Trevor, is the deepening relationship between these two countries. Not just because of the impacts it's going to have on the Ukrainian people, because we know North Korean ballistic missiles are still being used to hit Ukrainian targets, but because there could be some reciprocity here that could affect security on the Korean Peninsula. Now, we haven't seen the parameters of all that right now, certainly haven't seen it come to fruition, but we're certainly going to be watching that very, very closely.
So, again, they haven't seen anything, but they're going to watch because of the developing stories that are going on right now. Because, again, keep in mind that they just signed this, okay? They just signed a mutual defense pact, and that is causing the United States to somewhat panic. We're now hearing that the Pentagon is worried. We're seeing signs of Russian aggression towards the United States. Again, this is why we are so concerned, is because it is not necessarily that Russia is going to attack the U.S., but all it takes is some miscommunication. Okay? A miscalculation of some sort, and then we are in trouble. But I want to play something else for you. Okay? Just listen to this right here.
In Pyongyang, Putin and Kim signed a deal to help each other in the event of aggression against them, a worrying sign for the West of their intensifying military alliance.
Again, they are intensifying military alliance. This is what is concerning to us here in the West. Okay? I want to play you another thing. Listen to this.
Russia really needs what North Korea has, and that is munitions. As the Kremlin's war on Ukraine has started to become a protracted conflict, Vladimir Putin has reached out to North Korea's leader to restock its depleted armory. It is a relationship of convenience because experts have said that Putin isn't that keen on Kim. He just needs him.
He just needs him. Again, what does Kim Jong-un need? He needs nuclear weaponry. He needs Russia. He doesn't want to be friends. He doesn't want to be friends with Vladimir Putin. He just needs what they have. Now again, this is how alliances are built. Okay? This is how the United States has built alliances with other countries as well. But as I've said before, there has to be lines of communication. Because the United States, under former President Donald Trump, North Korea was not doing any of this stuff. Okay, North Korea, knew they couldn't go and just create a partnership with Russia like this. That wasn't going to work. But again, former President Donald Trump had communication with Kim Jong-un. So right now, some experts are highly concerned that President Biden can't have these communications. And he can't have them because, according to reports, he's not all there. And in just the other day when he was speaking, and former President Barack Obama had to pretty much grab his hand, pull him off stage, because he was just going to stand there. This is what other countries are seeing. This is why some people say that President Biden is not going to be running for re-election. He can't. Okay? His health is deteriorating way too quickly. But again, we'll see what happens. Now, the one thing you got to be clear about is this. Putin and Kim Jong-un's relationship is a marriage of convenience. That's it. Okay? Every single article that I've read, every single video that I've watched, any media coverage that I've seen, every single person is talking about it's just a convenience factor. That Russia has something that North Korea wants. North Korea has something that Russia wants. And so they made a trade. But guess what? This is something that the United States didn't want. We don't want Russia working with North Korea. We don't want China working with Russia. Well, everybody's working together now. And the United States is on the opposite side. Now, what could this mean? Well, could this mean a war? Obviously, this could mean a war. Because now, the people that the United States doesn't want to go up against, they're all teaming up. Was this one of the reasons why the House of Representatives just last week passed a bill to require every single male aged between 18 and 26, they were automatically registered for selective service? It could be. Is this one of the reasons why when there was a Russian nuclear submarine that traveled to Cuba and docked in Havana, is there a reason why the U.S. attack submarine had to follow right behind it? Possibly. Because again, the U.S. is concerned. But based off of everything that we hear from White House statements to officials, guess what? They are saying the same thing, that there's no risk. But when you look at everything that's going on, okay, actions speak louder than words. They may be saying there's no risk, but the actions are telling us that yes, they are extremely concerned. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now is this is not good news for the United States, because with Russia and North Korea signing this partnership, it's putting more pressure and increasing tensions for all of us. So, that is what we know as of today. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.